This Buick Riviera had real soft leather seats and all the bells and whistles. My father repoed it for $8.50. By that time it was a rust bucket in horrible mechanical condition. He gave it to me to drive when I was about 18. The car wouldn't go over 45 miles an hour even if you floored it. One day in a parking lot, a VW van driver backed into my car. He got out, and by the way, he was wearing a suit and his family was in the van. He felt so bad that my car had a big dent in the back where he hit it. I told him that it was an old dent and that it had already rusted. I told him I was sorry about his broken taillight and he didn't have to worry about my car. Soon after, to make the car more of an embarrassment, the muffler fell off. Once I had to dodge a policeman by parking in a gorgeous home's driveway lined with hedges, and I ducked down. I turned off all the lights and everything. I ducked down until they left the neighborhood. My father then suggested that I drive another repo, an old purple Cadillac, the kind with fins. I told him I'd rather walk. Then I was able to buy a Pontiac Catalina. He probably repoed that too. White with a half black vinyl top. It cost about $500. The car needed oil every so many miles, and at the end I had to manually shift the automatic transmission to get any speed at all. After a while I parked it under a tree by the house my sister and I were renting, and I bought a Plymouth Blazer. One day a guy knocked on the door and offered to buy the Catalina. I told him he could have it if he would drive it away. I took off the plates and signed the title. He gave me $50 and drove it away. I warned him about the overheating and the needing for oil all the time. He said he only needed it for body parts, so it was a win for me and a win for him. Now for the duster story. This duster took me to Oroville, California, which is north of Sacramento, to San Francisco, back to Reno, to Salt Lake City, to a rodeo in Wyoming, and through the Rockies, of course, and home. When I got home, I needed new brakes. The car was fine until the day I was driving to meet a friend who owned the stables where I kept Holly, my quarter horse. We were going to take the horses to Marquette Park and ride on the trails. I was on my way when two cars pulled out in front of me on the Beltline. Both cars ran red lights. I hit them going probably about 40 miles an hour or so. I totaled my car and the other two. The Duster only had a seatbelt, so I broke my nose pretty bad. I bent back the steering wheel and broke the dashboard with my knees. Of course, the engine was up in the front seat practically. Well, they had to pay. With the money, I bought my 1977 Mustang, the first new car I ever had.